Good morning, everybody. How are you today? It is Thinking Thursday on the 29th of October. It seems it's nearly Halloween. Oh my goodness, that sounds good, doesn't it? I quite like Halloween. Anyway, my name is Karen and I'm here with Get Moving. In case you didn't know, Get Moving is all about helping people with mobility issues to get more mobile. It is an exercise class we'll do every single day, every single weekday at 11 o'clock. And anyone with a mobility issue is free to come on, join in with us and say hello in the comments below and whatever you want to do. So if you have a disability of some kind, maybe, if you have an injury, if you have a chronic medical condition, if you're in rehab, coming into or out of surgery, something like that, if you can't move as well as you hope, but you still want to get some exercise, this is the opportunity for you because we're gonna help you out. Each day is a different theme. Today is Thinking Thursday. Today is where we're going to use our brains and think about what we're doing and plan how we're going to improve things. It is one thing to go through the motions and do exercise. That's fine. That's fantastic. However, what is better is planning what we're going to do, thinking about what we do, identifying strengths and weaknesses in ourselves, and figuring out and thinking about how we can make ourselves a little bit better. We don't have to become perfect. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking that of myself or anybody. But we can get a little bit better. And one way to do that is by thinking about it. Looking at what we're doing, seeing where we're good, seeing where we're not so good, and thinking, right, where we're not so good, that's what I'm going to get a bit better at next time. So, all the exercises we're going to do today, we're going to do it once, and that's going to be the benchmark for you. We're going to think about what we're going to do, we'll look at what we do, and then you're going to identify something in yourself that you're going to make a little bit better in the second time we're going to do it, immediately afterwards. So you can do it with other people if you like, you can help each other out, but primarily I want you to use your head, use your brain, and think about what we're doing. It's a wonderful thing. So these exercises, as always, are suitable for pretty much everybody. If you are seated, if you are standing, it makes no difference which. I don't care. I am really harsh and disgusting like that. I will be horrible to anybody given half a chance. And I will, if I can be horrible to you. So if you are seated, the first exercise we're going to be doing is marching on the spot, just getting your feet up, getting your knees up, I suppose, like that. It's a nice easy start, just getting the hips moving, just getting things going. Don't forget, I want you sat nice and tall when you do it, no slouching or nothing like that, just marching on the spot. If we're standing, we're going to be the same thing, but doing it while standing, obviously. If your balance is a little bit iffy, then please, by all means, stand next to a wall, a table, a chair, a sofa, something like that, someone sturdy, whatever. If you need to, stand close to somebody just in case. Don't use them for support if you don't have to, but they're there just in case, okay? So if we're standing, we're just going to march on the spot like that, okay? Getting the knees up. 25 seconds to get the thing going. And that's your time to look at yourself, think about what you're doing and identify where you can improve. Then we'll do another 25 seconds of exactly the same exercise. And that is your chance to put that into practice and make it a little bit better than the first time. Because as we all know, the second time is always better than the first time. So marching on the spot, let's get going. If you're seated, if you're standing, knees up in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So just marching away. So again, the first time we do these exercises today, I want you to assess yourself. You can look in the mirror, you can look at yourself, you can look at a partner who's doing it with you if you want, you can help each other out. Identify where you're good, where you're not so good, what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses. Maybe one side is better than the other, maybe balance itself is a bit of iffy, I'll shut up. That's our time. So you've had a chance to have a go now. Where can you improve slightly? We don't have to become amazing, but how can you be a little bit better this time now than you were 10 seconds ago? Okay, march on the spot again. 3, 2, 1, off we go. So maybe you're going to try and get your knees a little bit higher. Maybe you're going to practice balancing on one leg for that little bit longer. I'm not sure because everyone's different, but you know, you've got a very good idea of what you can do and what you have trouble with. And you are going to think of how you're going to make it a little bit better. It's Thinking Thursday. We're going to use our heads, use our brains, okay? That is 25 seconds. So that's the format we're going to do with all the exercises this morning. Do it once as an assessment and do it a second time as a chance to put into practice something that you want to improve. So, next exercise, shoulder rolls. Whether you're seated or standing, it's the same thing. So, simple, small version first of all is getting your shoulders up, back and down. A nice big shoulder roll like so. If that's okay, and if you can, going to make it a little bit bigger, getting your elbows up a little bit higher, a nice big shoulder roll like so, or big arm roll like so. Whatever happens, you do the best that you can do, okay? First go in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So, small move if you need, bigger move if you can, and the biggest move you possibly can do if you're able to manage it. Reaching back and down, whether it's one arm or whether it's both. If you're going to use one side, definitely think about using both sides. Don't ignore the bad side, okay? That's our time. So that's our chance there. How are you going to make this second go a little bit better? Maybe the arms are going to go a bit higher. Maybe you're going to think about your bad side. I don't know, because you're all unique. I don't know you well enough, but you know yourself. You know how you can make yourself a bit better. Round 2, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So I'm going to think about getting my arms up and back. My chest is out. I'm going to make the arm movements as high and as retracted, as far back as possible. The bigger the move, the better. I'm thinking I can feel actually my shoulder blades behind me and my upper back working hard, especially here when my arms are pinning back. That's where I can feel my shoulder blades, and that is a good thing. That's our time. Okay, next one, knee bends. So if you're seated, sat still, but kicking your feet out like so, a big knee movement. Use the muscles here. If you can, make it a big move. If you need, make it a small move, but try and make it bigger, okay? If we're standing, again, not holding off balance, stand next to something just in case you lose your balance, and you're going to kick your feet back towards your bum, again, bending the knees, okay? Round 1, 3, 2, 1, off we go. Kicking the heels back towards the bum, a big knee movement, the biggest that you can manage. Again, if we're standing, notice how my body weight is sliding side to side as I balancing on one leg. I am moving my entire body weight. It's a nice big sway from side to side. If we're seated, kicking those knees or kicking those feet out like so, that's our time. But either way, it's as big a move as you can manage from the knee. So how can you make the move bigger? How can you make your balance better? Have a think. Put it to the test now. Round 2, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So maybe a bigger move and hold it for a second. Use those muscles in the back of your leg. Make them work. If we're seated, not just going there, but locking that leg out straight. Use the muscles at the top of your thigh there. Kick them right out. Strong legs there. You decide whatever you're going to do best. Make it a bit better. That's our time. Simple as that. Fantastic. So, twisty Sarahs. Seated or standing, it's the same thing. Nice and tall. Fold your arms. Big twist one way, big twist the other way. Big moves. 3, 2, 1, go. Again, assessment time. How good is your movement? What's the weak link? Is one direction better or worse than the other? Again, I don't know. You tell me. But make it as big a move as you can. Start thinking about how you can make it even better in round 2. Nice twist of the spine. That's our time there. So again, thinking caps on. Thinking Thursday. How can you make that a bigger move? I know for me, I'm thinking about shoulder coming forwards. That helps me. Maybe the same with you, I'm not sure. Are you ready for round 2? What am I asking for? I can't hear you. I have no idea. I'm just assuming you're ready, okay? We're going for it. In 3, 2, 1, go. Big twist one way. Big twist the other way. Again, let your head turn around as well if you need. Let the body twist around. Nice big moves. The bigger the better. Use your stomach muscles down here to control your rib cage up here. Feel your stomach muscles working. Twisting, nice big movement one way or the other. And that's it, simple as that. Moving on to our next one, the double tap. So, balance time again. If you're seated though, sat tall, remember it is tall, it is not slouched. And the knee comes up twice. Boom, boom, and down. Boom, boom, and down. Nice and simple. Don't slouch back when you come up like that. Keep your body tall and move the knee. If you are standing, again, this is a real balancer, this is. So stand close to a wall, a chair, sofa, table, whatever. Don't use it unless you have to, but if you have to, use it. The double tap while standing, the knee comes up like so. So it comes up, it taps the hand twice. Comes up, twice. 25 seconds, 3, 2, 1, off we go. So, of course, an easier move is a small move down here. And that's easier. And if you can, though, work towards getting it higher. Maybe that's the thing you're going to work on second round. I don't know. But you're going to get the knees as high as you can, balancing all the time, stabilizing and being solid on this supporting leg. Working hard. That's our time. Okay, thinking time. How can you make it better? If you're seated, make sure you don't collapse back, stay tall. If you're standing, again, make sure you're shifting body weight from one side to the other as you're stepping. Get your knees as high as you can, but you figure out what you personally are going to do a little bit better this time. 3, 2, 1, off we go. Knees nice and high. Again, notice my body shifting side to side. My entire body weight moves. That is going to help me balance on one leg. If I stay still and just lift one leg up, I am going to fall over. So don't do that. I've got to shift over onto my supporting leg and lift the knee up. Shift over onto my supporting leg and knee up. That's our time. Well done. Okay, the exercise of the week. I forgot to mention at the start, sorry, because you know I'm rubbish like that. But hopefully you have your ball handy. If you don't, you've got 5 seconds to go grab it now. Again, this is one for balance. This is, if you are seated, you're going to be either easy version with your ball, just bouncing and catching like so, hand-eye coordination. Slightly harder is bouncing with one hand, or bouncing with the other hand, or alternating it. One hand and the other like so, dribbling away. Okay, that's if you're seated. If you're standing, well, guess what? It's exactly the same thing. Easy version, bounce and catch. Harder, bouncing with one hand or the other or both. And the much harder version, again this is for balance, moving, traveling while doing it. So getting your footwork going as well. The footwork version is harder. So only do it if you're ready, and only do it if you are secure and safe. Safety first, okay? 25 seconds, whichever version you're going to do, in 3, 2, 1, off we go. So bouncing, catching if need, traveling if you can. Fancy footwork, keep your foot up, keep your foot moving, keep your feet moving. You can do big bounces, you can do little bounces. You mix it up as much as you want. Just enjoy, have a good time, play. That's our first round. You get the idea, okay? So, round 2. How can you make it a bit better? Is one side better than the other? I know I am. My right side is better than my left side. I'm right-handed. You may or may not be, I don't know. One side might be better than the other. The balance might be a thing. Figure out what you are going to do better this time. Pick one thing. Focus on improving that one thing. 25 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Away we go. So bouncing away. Again, if you can, moving your feet, traveling if you can, swapping hands around as much or little as you want, one side or the other, or both sides, your choice which. But you've got good hand-eye coordination, bit of fun, nice foot movement, good balance. There we go, that's our thing. So with all these exercises, like I said, round 1, assess. Round 2, improve a little bit on one aspect of it. We don't need to improve everything all at once, but we do need to improve something a little bit every time. Keep building those bricks in that wall, bit at a time, and that wall will build. Next one, squats and sit stands. So if you're seated, you're going to stand up now. So feet tucked underneath you, body weight forwards. Again, use your hands if you need, that's fine, but don't rely on them. This is a leg exercise. I say it a lot. Put your brain in your legs and make sure you push hard through the legs, okay? The hands are there to help if need, but it's a leg exercise. You're going to stand as tall as you can, full extension, and then you're going to sit down under control, not going to crash land, gentle touch down, and then repeat. Use the muscles in your legs, okay? If you're standing, squats, squatting down, standing up. 25 seconds for round 1. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So feet apart, knees out, up and down, knees out. Seen from the side, my bum is going to sit back onto that imaginary chair. My bum is going to sit back. Easier version is a small sit down there. Harder version is a bigger sit down. But again, either way, you're using your legs. That's our time. Okay, so remember, you're going to improve one thing a little bit. You decide what that one thing is. Have a think now. Plan in your head. What one little thing you improve? Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, off we go. So maybe you're going to keep your knees out more. Maybe that's the thing you're going to work on. Or maybe you're thinking about going down lower. I don't know. Maybe you're thinking about keeping your chest up so you're not going to just collapse at the bottom. You're going to sit nice and tall. Maybe you're going to think about something I've never even thought of. I don't know. If that's the case, let us know in the comments below. But improve it a little bit. That's our time. Tightrope walking and ankles. If you are seated, gonna get your ankles moving. So, ankle bend and get your heel to touch the floor. Then point your toes and get your toes to touch the floor. And then bend it, so heel, point, toes, bend, heel, point, toes, and so on and so forth, okay? If we're standing, tightrope walking. Again, this is a balance thing. Best done either along a wall, along a table, along the back of a sofa, something like that. Somewhere where you can balance if needed. But tightrope walking. Imagine a tightrope painted on the floor. Feet wide is easier. The narrower your feet get, the harder they become. But with me, walking forwards, off we go. Heel toe, walking on that tightrope. Let your arms move. Let your body move. Wobble away to keep your balance. Movement is going to help you keep your balance. If you try and stay dead still, you're almost certainly going to fall over. So don't do that. Move. Heel toe, heel toe, heel toe. Going backwards, the same thing. Toes, heels, toes, heels. Staying on that imaginary tightrope. Good, balancing away nicely. Again, this is where a wall or a table or a sofa comes in handy, just in case. Don't use it if you don't have to, but it's there just in case. And that is round 1 done. Okay, how can you make this one a bit better? What one small thing are you going to work on to make this better? Are you going to make it so your feet are close to each other or a bit narrower? I'm not sure. You decide. Off we go. Moving forward, heel, toe, heel, toe. Maybe you're going to use your arms more. Like those people on tight ropes where they have that big stick they hold on to. That helps with the balance. That's what our arms are going to be doing. They're going to help with our balance. By shifting our arms in and out, we're going to shift our central gravity. Last go now, going backwards. And then toes, heels, toes, heels. Again, shifting our arms. If we're falling one way, send the arms out the other way. If we're falling the other way, send our arms out the other way. They help counterbalance. Toes, heels, and boom, done and dusted. That's our 2 rounds done. Well done. So we've got fast feet, our final couple of exercises now. Let me change my timer. We're going to change it to 10 seconds as normal. Eventually, when I figure out how, there we go. 10 seconds of fast feet. So if you are seated, so far we've been doing big moves. This one I want you to think about small, fast moves. So if you're seated, running on the spot like so. Small, fast moves, okay? If we're standing, the same idea. Running on the spot, small, fast moves. Getting your feet going. First time, see how it is. Second time, again, you think of how you're going to improve it a tiny bit. 10 seconds only. Fast feet. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Running on the spot. I don't mind how fast they go as long as it's as fast as you can go. Nice and quick. Boom, there we go. So remember, how are you going to make your feet move a little bit faster over a small distance? Okay, it's different from the other moves. This is all about speed. How can you make it a smidge quicker? And again, I don't mind how fast it is. It's fast for you. Okay, one more time. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. Nice and quick. Relatively quick. Everything's relative. Keep them moving. Boom. There we go. That's our time there. And now our final exercise. Again, let me shift my timer. Back to 25 seconds. Shadow boxing. So by now, hopefully your heart rate is up a little bit, breathing up a little bit. Now we're going to make sure you get out of breath for this last one. Shadow boxing. If you're seated, arms up, punching, high, low, round, up, whatever, but twist your body. Shadow boxing, punch an imaginary opponent. If we're standing, the same thing, but keep those feet moving. Shuffling back and forth. Shadow boxing. 3 rounds, the last 3. This is it. So get stuck in. 3 rounds, 25 seconds. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1, go. Punching away. So this is all about getting out of breath, staying out of breath, getting your heart rate up. So if you're standing, punching away, if you can, move your feet as well. Make it a nice big move if you can, a nice fast move if you can, but get your heart rate going. That's our time there. Round 1 done. This can be done even if you're seated. I'm going to do it seated now just to show. So get ready for round 2. How can you get yourself more out of breath? That's what we're aiming for now, okay? I want you to get more out of breath. 3, 2, 1, off you go. So even if you're seated, we can still do this. Punching high, punching lower, hooking around, hooking up, hitting with the elbows, whatever. But the heart rate should hopefully be sneaking up. Punching fast and furious. And that's our time there. And we've got just enough time for one final round. How can you get even more out of breath? Last go. In 3, 2, 1, off we go. Punching away. Again, if you can get your feet moving, fantastic. Move them as much as you can. Maybe that's the thing you're working on moving the feet more. Again, you know yourself much more than I do. I have no idea. You know what you can do a bit faster, a bit more, a bit bigger. And that's our time. Well done. And that is our Thinking Thursday. Like I said, is all about getting the brain working. Going through the motions is okay, that's good. But I am greedy, I do want more. I want more from you. And hopefully you want more from yourself as well. And that's why we're here. We want to get the best out of ourselves we possibly can. And we're going to think about it. We're not just going to go through the motions. We're going to plan ahead, pull it apart, find every little bit that we can improve on. There will be some things we can't improve on. We will have limitations. That's normal, that's fine. But if we have one small limitation, doesn't mean everything's limited. Find the things that we can improve on. And away we go. One of our favourite phrases, get moving. Find the things you can do. And that's what we're going to do. Thank you very much. So as you already know, my usual spiel now. Up there we've got the web address which tells you everything you need to know about Get Moving. Who we are, what we're doing, all that kind of stuff. reesefitness.co.uk/getmoving. We've got the archive to all the old videos, all the old sessions up there. Go take a look at it, go have a look, trawl through the archives. Back in the early days when we did this, I had hair and not much stubble. I was a completely different person. Who knew? We've got down there the share button. So please, if you know someone who can help from this, if you know someone who this can help, share the video onto their timeline or whatever they do on Facebook. I'm not sure about Facebook, but do that anyway. There's a donate button up there. If you want to chuck a buck my way, I'm not going to say no. Thank you very much indeed. I mean it. Really, cheers. Thank you. But it is Fitness Friday tomorrow. So every day, as I said, has got a different theme. Today is thinking. Tomorrow is just hellful leather, getting stuck in, getting out of breath. Lots of shadow boxing and lots of getting out of breath as much as possible. So fingers crossed, I'm going to see you tomorrow, 11 o'clock, with your fitness hats on, and we'll have a good go. And it's the day before Halloween tomorrow, isn't it? Halloween Eve. Is that a thing? Probably is. Who knows? It is now. I'll see you tomorrow on Halloween Eve. Bye-bye.